Good morning, everyone. It's Luna Bell. Y'all, I've done recorded this twice, and I gotta shorten it. Y'all know me. I like to talk. Y'all, this is all for entertainment. 18 plus. Trigger warning. I'm writing a fictional book about my life experiences in Enterprise, Alabama, especially dealing with corruption. Right now, what I want to talk to you about is families and family cycles and how we carry things forward, particularly wounding or habits. When anyhow, and how people protect alleged abusers. Allegedly, y'all, this is the five of us kids of my mom and my daddy. This is me. Y'all, they called me Buddha. And this is the sibling above me. Y'all, they did call me Mother Teresa when I played soccer. But anyhow, what I want to say is that my sister here, me, and this sister here, we had brown eyes growing up. This sister here still has brown eyes. Mine are hazel now, and hers, the sister here, the one above me, hers are yellow. Actually, I think they're stunning. They are stunning because they remind me of a wolf's. They really do. Thank you for confirmation. Now, why do I tell you this? I said something to some folk the other night, telepathically, a few nights ago. I was saying that everything I've been through, everything that happens to all of us, all the abuses or whatever, whether it's physical or psychological, emotional, whatever. And I mentioned also the power of our tongue, and that our tongue is the worst weapon. It is the most destructive. Because if you think about those words or the physical trauma that we experience throughout life, especially if you've been in abusive situations, but specifically, let's speak of incest and the essaying, okay? And that's putting it a nice way, okay? If you imagine that like a taser or a cattle prod, whether the abuses are physical or psychological, and these words out of our mouth are exactly that. It's, like zzz, 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 zzz. An individual, you can only take so much. And allegedly, if you resonate with the MK Ultra or the GATE programs, yes, they are real. The testing, starting with actually before that started in pregnancy. There are actual studies, okay, of fetuses and whatnot throughout their lives with this bullshit. Allegedly. I'm going to share another memory with you. Superpowers. They're just things out of a movie, right? I'm going to tell you it's real, very real. I'm going to share another memory with you. My mama, allegedly, essayed and trafficked her own children from the day they were born. She was extremely abusive in all forms, physical and otherwise. She liked to include others in her fun and games, physically, with the essaying. Basically like Nutter Butter Sparrow Pig, huh? And y'all, by the way, they consider that dirty meat. Anyhow, I remember all five of us, these kids right here, standing at parade rest. I was 4 years and younger, darling. We'd have to stand at parade rest. My little soldiers. My little soldiers. The power of our emotions. I've spoken multiple times about how our emotions, whether it's anger or love or the power of our sexual energy, allegedly, like sex magic, whatnot, if you combine all of it, think how powerful that energy is. My little soldiers. You hear rumors, you see movies of characters with superhuman strength, performing things that are humanly impossible. What if I told you it's not only possible, it is already? They just don't want you to know the truth of it. It's make-believe. In Columbus, Georgia, well, specifically in Fort Benning, Georgia, allegedly, they had an enlisted man's club called the Hidden Door. I started going, I think I was 15 or allegedly 16. You had to be 18 and above, but I was a girl and young, allegedly. Anyhow, that's where my sister and I like to go hang out. We'd go have fun. But once a year, the Marines would come to town to Fort Benning, Georgia for training my little soldiers. And y'all know how the Army and Marines were. They were going to fight. Them fuckers are going to fucking fight. I don't give a fuck what you say. Them fuckers going to fight. Anyhow, y'all know how big a deuce and a half is. Y'all know how tall a fucking deuce and a half is at the top. Anyhow, look. The Marines and the Army dudes were fucking tying up because, well, my sister had a Marine that was a boyfriend. My sister is actually very beautiful. She was only probably 10 or 15 pounds bigger than I am right now. Y'all, I've dropped down to 134 pounds. Ever since I had this work done, I lost weight. Y'all couldn't eat. I've been trying to gain weight. Anyhow, someone's wanting to feed me. Anyhow, they got into it over my sister. And my sister and everybody else were all trying to break everybody else because they'd already called the MPs and the deuces. Everybody's in the deuce and a half, except my sister's boyfriend. And he keeps crawling out that motherfucker. We're all fucked up and had our fun anyhow. Y'all, I shit you not. My sister, she was probably 145 pounds, maybe 150, not even that much. This one right here. The power of our emotions. She picked that fucker up, and he was bigger than she was. He was probably about 200 pounds, 180 to 200 pounds. Y'all know how big fuckers are. Those Marines, they bulk the fuck up. Anyhow, oh, dude crawled out of that deuce and a half. My sister picked him up over her head. I shit you not, just straight the fuck up like this. And she said, whoa! And threw his ass up over that. Not once, but twice. And I could tell you that there's a whole shit ton of Marines who can confirm that. And Army dudes. And me. And others. I saw it. Not once, but twice. She threw that motherfucker over the top of that fucking deuce and a half. She was standing on the ground, okay? Superhuman strength. Here in the last probably week, I keep seeing my sister's eyes. And I see the pain in them. I'm thinking of my mate. I see the beauty of you. I see the beauty of my sister. All of them. Of my brother. Of my mother. Of myself. I see the power of the heart emotions that have been carried through the generations to us. My sister does not like that she hurts people. It tears her apart. She's actually a very gentle, loving soul. Lost within the broken cycles of pain, the power of our emotions. May it be blessed. Blessed be. Find the forgiveness within self to see the beauty of you.